A 7-goal thriller in the Bundesliga. Shaka, Hislop joining me to look back on this one. Bayern Munich 4, Hertha Berlin 3. What a massive win, though, for Bayern Munich. Both teams, Shaka, looking to bounce back after suffering defeats last time out. But I really should say Robert Lewandowski for Hertha Berlin, because once again, he is just proving how much of a quality world-class player he is again.
He is. And I mean, just talking about a player, again, scoring 4 goals should be enough in describing how good Lewandowski was. But it doesn't speak to how tireless and how relentless. Before his first goal, he had a header that was incredibly saved, yet still stayed alive. Ball comes back around to him, and he finishes with a plum. And that sums Robert Lewandowski up. He never seems to switch off, never seems to be disheartened, always seems to be in the right place and always at the right time. And as finishing goals is as good as they come. And if that was routine Lewandowski, the first, you score 2 more and have a penalty in the 91st minute with all the pressure on your shoulders. And he couldn't look any cooler in dispatching it for Bayern Munich to take all 3 points. That sums Lewandowski up. From the first minute to the very last, I don't think there's a better striker in world football today. His record speaks for itself, and there's nothing lucky, there's nothing fortuitous about his return today, his return every single season, it seems. That man really is that good.
And then just talking about Bayern Munich now, like I said, both teams looking to bounce back after losses last time out. A lot of the conversation around Bayern last time when they lost was wondering if they were just a bit tired, given the fact that, of course, we know how late they had to play the Champions League final and then start the league just shortly after. So now that you've seen Bayern in this kind of a comeback loss, or this comeback win rather, would you say that they're hitting the stride that you expected?
Absolutely. I thought it was a good response. And most notably, if we are talking about a team that's tired, in the build-up to, I think it was the goal that Muller scored that they had chalked off for offside. Bayern's pressing game is relentless and as good as any in world football today. So we can't talk about a team that may be tired, still a little lethargic after their run and win in the Champions League final, and then in the next breath talk about a team that presses as high up the field as effectively as Bayern Munich did today against Bayern Munich, against Hertha Berlin. Excuse me. They really are. And we saw that for all of last season. They really are the best pressing team in world football today. They play so high up the pitch and need the pace of their defenders. Today, Alphonso Davies on the left, and we talk about Chris Davies on the right-hand side. But this is a side, again, that continues to, I don't want to say break the mold, because we've seen high-pressing teams in world football, but in terms of everything about them, whether we're talking about their striker, in Robert Lewandowski, about their midfield, or indeed, as we were for most of last season, their defense, and in particular Alphonso Davies, they're best in the world right now.
And stick a pin now, Chris Richards, the young American, usually plays for Bayern Munich's reserves, but today he got a start for Bayern Munich, and as we know, that in and of itself is a massive achievement for the youngster. Did he impress you? He
did. Listen, it's not easy coming into this lineup. Remember, we are talking about a youngster coming in the starting lineup of the European champs after they have suffered defeat. That's not an easy step to make. And I thought he did what he had to do. Got his name not on the score sheet, but got an assist for Lewandowski's second. And that's exactly the kind of return you want. You're not asking for him to pull up trees. You're asking for him to solidify a defense that many think are best in European football. You're asking for him to come in and not make mistakes, play yourself into this team. He couldn't have a better example of doing that than on the other side of defense in Alphonso Davies, how he came in and slowly but surely started to establish himself. I've already told you what I think about him in terms of being his own positioning as a left back in world football. And now the young man comes in and does exactly the same. You've just got to build on that now. That's a solid start. That's all anybody's ever going to ask.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.